On January 17, 2016, a 26-year-old Dalit scholar doing a PhD in life sciences at the University of Hyderabad hangs himself from a ceiling fan. Rohith Vemula was a dreamer, writer and member of the Ambedkar Students' Union, set up in 1993 to address issues Dalits on campus faced. In the last 10 years, 8 Dalit academics from the university had killed themselves. And Rohith's death would also have gone unnoticed but for the brutally honest and deeply moving suicide note he left behind. Rohith's descent into despair began in 2015 when the university stopped his monthly stipend of 25,000 rupees. He wrote an emotional letter to the Vice-Chancellor Apparao Podil seeking euthanasia facilities for Dalit students like him who came from poor homes. Rohith was also barred along with 4 other activists of the Ambedkar Students' Union from all common spaces on campus, prompting a Facebook post comparing their situation to a dominant caste ostracizing a Dalit household from the village. The university was taking its orders directly from the Human Resource Development Ministry, headed at the time by Smriti Irani. The ministry was acting on a complaint by the BJP MP from Secunderabad and Union Labour Minister Bandaru Dattatreya accusing the 5 students of being casteist, extremist and anti-national for holding a protest against capital punishment after the execution of Yaqub Memon, a convict in the 1993 Mumbai bombings. The protest saw clashes between Ambedkar Students' Union members and the BJP students' body, the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad. The suspended students claimed they were targeted for their political beliefs and decided to fight back. They set up a temporary dharna site on campus and named it Velivada, the Telugu word for Dalit ghettos located on the village periphery. But as the days passed, Rohith became increasingly quiet. He had been too optimistic. The Vice-Chancellor had refused to talk to them. Political parties, Dalit leaders and the media ignored their struggle. One day, the young man in the bright green check shirt, which he believed made him look like a Tamil film hero, felt so completely alone that he simply gave up on a hostile world in which he saw his birth as a fatal accident. Overnight, Rohith Vemula became an icon of Dalit resistance. Primetime news could not get enough of his tragic story. Politicians lined up to garland his portrait and fight over his legacy in Parliament. Even Prime Minister Modi shed a tear in his memory after several days of silence.
देश जवान है, इस देश के सपने भी जवान है। लेकिन उसी समय जब ये खबर मिलती है कि मेरे ही देश के एक नौजवान बेटे रोहित को आत्महत्या करने के लिए मजबूर होना पड़ा, उसके परिवार पर क्या बीती। मां भारती ने अपना एक लाल खोया। कारण अपनी जगह पर होंगे, राजनीति अपनी जगह पर होगा, लेकिन सच्चाई यह है कि मां ने एक लाल खोया। इसकी पीड़ा मैं भली भांति महसूस करता हूं।
Radhika Vemula could only watch and mourn for her son in full public glare. But the exposure also gave her the voice to demand justice for Rohith, who had proudly embraced her identity, following the lead of one of his heroes, the radical Telugu poet Guram Joshua. How can I let my son down now? Asks Radhika when he needs me the most. On a cold winter morning, Radhika Vemula has come from her home in Guntur in Andhra Pradesh to one of Delhi's poor neighborhoods to inaugurate a girls' shelter. She speaks to them of her son Rohith's struggles and his compassion for those on the margins of our society. And her deep sense of loss resonates with them. Instinctively, the girls surround her with words of love and comfort.
Nice to meet you. Please come again. उनको बोलो आप रोते हुए अच्छे नहीं लगते.
ఎప్పుడు ఏడవద్దు ఏడుస్తా ఎప్పుడు బాగోవును
అది ఏడవటం అనేది నా ప్రమేయం ఉండదమ్మా. అది కడుపులో నుంచి వచ్చేస్తుంది. అసలు నేను ఆపుకోలేను.
मेरे छाती भी नहीं कि मैं रो पर वो तो
नहीं बोलो ये मम्मी ये रोएगी तो हम इनको देखे देखे बेटी अब भी रोएगी हम भी टूट जाएगी आप टूट जाओगे तो बच्चों को स्ट्रांग बन जाएगा आपका रहना
మీరు ఏడవకూడదు.
मैं నిన్ను చూడంగానే
మీకు
మాకు కూడా
నేనున్నాను కాబట్టి మీరు ఏడవద్దు. చెప్పు నాన్న.
क्योंकि आपके लिए तो मैं हूँ आपके साथ.
मन से साल में एक बार जरूर मिलने आना एक न एक बार जरूर. उनको बोलो कि हमारे अपने बेबी जो आपका बेटा था ना वो हमारे भैया है उनकी कमी ना फील करे.
తెలుగు में बोलो.
उनको बोलो ये हमारे साथ रह ले हम इनकी देखभाल सब कुछ कर लेंगे.
మాతో పాటు ఉండేమని చెప్పు మొత్తం.
Wherever Radhika has gone since Rohith's death, young people have rallied around her, giving her the courage to take on a powerful system that has stopped at nothing to protect its own. Just 3 days after Rohith's death, HRD Minister Smriti Irani insisted he was not a Dalit but an OBC, forcing Radhika to bear her personal tragedies. That she had been abandoned as an infant by her scheduled caste Mala parents, migrant labourers who left Radhika with a woman from the backward Vadera community when they moved on in search of work. Radhika never knew them and became aware of her Dalit roots years later, after a member of her adopted family hurled a caste abuse at her. She was married to Mani Kumar Vemula, also a Vadera, whom she later divorced because of his abusive behaviour. Radhika cleaned homes and carried mud on construction sites before taking up tailoring to bring up her 3 children. She raised them single-handedly in a Dalit neighborhood as Dalits.
రాజా 2 నెలల పిల్లోడప్పుడు నేను తీసుకుని బయటకు వచ్చేసి నేను ఎలా బతికింది పిల్లలు ఎంత పెద్దోళ్ళు అయింది కూడా తెలియదు. రోహిత్ చనిపోయిందాక తండ్రికి పిల్లోడు PhD చదువుతున్నారని తెలియదు ఆయనకి. ఏ రోజు వచ్చేసి ₹1 పెట్టేసి పెన్సిల్ కొనిచ్చారు కూడా, ₹10 పెట్టి పుస్తకం కొనిచ్చారు కూడా. అతని కులం ఎలా వస్తుంది అసలు పిల్లలకి తెలియదు కూడా. తండ్రి నేను చెప్పేసి వాళ్ళ నాన్న పేరు సన్నాఫ్ అనేసి తండ్రి పేరు రాయించితే రాజు చాలా గొడవ పడ్డాడు నా మీద. అసలు మేము చూడడం కూడా చూడలేదు, అతని పేరు ఎందుకు రాస్తున్నావు, నువ్వు పెట్టుకోవచ్చు కదా, నీ పేరు పెట్టచ్చు కదా మమ్మీ అనేసి చాలాసార్లు గొడవ పడ్డాడు నా మీద. అంటే ఆ కాలం లేదు, తల్లి మదర్ అనేసి కాలం లేదు, ఫాదరు గార్డియన్ ఇంకోటి ఏంటో అట్లా ఏదో కాలం ఉండేది, మదర్ అన్న కాలం లేదు అక్కడ. పిల్లలు పుట్టడానికి కారకుడు అయ్యారు కానీ వాళ్ళని పెంచడంలో అతనికి ఏమాత్రం పాత్ర లేదు. కానీ బీజేపీ ప్రభుత్వం వాళ్ళ మంత్రివర్గాన్ని కాపాడుకోవటానికి మాత్రమే ఈ బీసీ అనేసి తండ్రి వర్గం ఎట్లాగ వస్తుంది అనేసి వచ్చింది అనేసి వాళ్ళు హైలైట్ చేస్తున్నారు.